Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you what I do when I get stuck creatively and when I just want to get started on making a page. I usually don't do the grid method because I find it very plain and simple, but there are times when you need to resort to techniques and layouts that just naturally work. So my layout today is going to be very similar to how grid layouts are done. But of course, I'm going to do a little spin on it because it's more me. I have this photo I had taken with a friend of mine. When I went down to Nashville, I texted him and say, "Hey, I'll be in your area. Would you want to grab a bite?" And I got to meet up with him and his wife, and we just had a really fun time at this restaurant called Tupelo Honey Cafe. I've actually been to one of these in Asheville, North Carolina. I remember because it just had a really cool symbol for its logo, and the vibe of the restaurant is very similar to the vibe in the one in Nashville. I used a lot of the pieces in the cut apart sheet, such as that hello, 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 that cool, and that ticket above it. It says good vibes and okay. I liked the bright colors and it worked really well over this green chevron pattern paper. I did try pulling out some of my other scraps from leftovers of other pages, but the colors just didn't work with the palette I was using for this page. Because I'm doing the grid format, I like to make sure things are lined up correctly and that they're centered as much as possible. So I am using the grid lines on my cutting mat, which is what I usually scrapbook over, and this is one of the reasons why I enjoyed using such a big cutting mat, because the lines help me figure out where the center is and how far in the page I need to be. And it really helps me just line up everything very easily. I settled on two columns. The one on the left has my photo, and then I found a really nice tag to go along with the page. And then the column on the right, I used pieces that I cut out from the cut apart sheet, in addition to the business card I also grabbed when I was at the restaurant. So I would recall what the restaurant was when I returned home. When I made this page, I didn't realize I wasn't going to have room for a title, but at the end, it didn't matter. For me, I just named this page the Tupelo Honey Cafe because that's basically the restaurant we ate at, and I have the business card for it. So it didn't matter that I didn't have a grandiose title on my page. I could have named it Hello, 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 which would be not as descriptive of what was going on in the photo. So I think I'm happier with just not having a big title and sticking with just the business card. Usually when people do grids, they have all the pieces lined up perfectly. And in my case, that is not how I laid everything out. I'm actually quite comfortable with how the shapes and the sizes are different for all my pieces, and I think it just works well together, and it's just very orderly, and that's exactly what I needed for my page. I did add a couple of Amy Tangerine flares, a couple of chipboard stickers, and now I'm adding my journaling, seeing how I met up with my friend and his wife for dinner, and I was so happy to hear that they're doing well in Nashville. I have forgotten what day we actually met up for dinner, but thank goodness Apple always keeps track of when you take in the photo, so I was able to find out the date through my photos. I'm using this Amy Tangerine date stamp to stamp the date right on top of that 3 hello card. And I stamp it twice because I just like how that looks to have it twice. And then I didn't like how it was just centered on my page. I decided that I would use some of the washi tape since I haven't been using it very much and extend it out all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. So I start off with this gold plus sign washi tape and I put that right on the bottom of my page, and then I do another one on top, and then I pulled out the black and gray diagonal stripe washi tape and put that right underneath the gold plus sign washi tape, and then put one right on top. So then it extends out all the way to the top and bottom of the page. And that's pretty much my page. It was really nice and simple and easy, and I hope it helps you start scrapbooking whenever you get stuck. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below, and I hope you have a crafty day.